Danica's with us live from the World of Concrete event in Las Vegas. And Danica's there on assignment from SISO, the Society of Independent Show Organisers. Danica, you're also joined by Lauren Lamb from Informer. Danica, first, just tell us what it's like to be at this live event.
It is so exciting to be at a live event. Today is day 2 of World of Concrete. The exhibits have been open for 2 days now. It kicked off on Monday with education all day on Monday. And we've got the bricklayer competition going on right behind us. They're getting ready. They're getting ready to give away. I don't know if you can see up there. There's a big truck on the stage up there, and they're giving away that truck to the winner. So that's what's going on. It's nice and warm here in Vegas, but not as bad as it could be in June. So yeah, we have a people mover. I just took the people mover over. Elon Musk's tunnel is here, and it opened on Monday. So it was easy to get back and forth from the West Hall to the central parking lot over here.
Sure. So thank you. And so Lauren, introduce yourself. Obviously you represent Informer.
Yes, my name's Lauren Lamb. I'm the Vice President of Marketing in our conference over for our infrastructure and construction portfolio, and World of Concrete is our flagship event within that.
Amazing. So how exciting is it? Because obviously Vegas opened recently. We did a live broadcast myself and Danica to Las Vegas markets. How exciting is it? Because I guess it was a bit, up in the air whether you could actually do the event. And now you're actually here. How exciting are you to be there?
We're so excited. So we got the official green light March 12th, and so that was not that long ago. And then since then, the health and safety restrictions have continued to ebb and flow a little bit. And so the fact that we are here and we've done it in a safe way, it's been super successful. We could not be happier for this strong event that we're having.
Sure. So just tell us, for the people that aren't aware, I mean, it's called World of Concrete, so we have an idea. But tell us about the event, the content, the people that come, the sort of exhibitors and sponsors. Just bring it to life for us, please.
Yeah, sure. So this is our 46th event. We're the industry's only annual international concrete and masonry event. We're typically held in January, still here at the Las Vegas Convention Center. But obviously with everything going on this year, we've moved it to this summer. We are looking forward to being back in 6 months from now, returning to January in the normal time. But here we have over 650 exhibitors this summer. And so that's everyone from U.S. distributors, OEMs, there's the quickcrete trucks, there's pumper trucks, there's ready mix trucks. And so we have all of this range of different concrete masonry professionals. And then on the attendee side, we also cover a wide range of contractors and architects, engineers, masonry, brick building, all the whole gamut of everyone for concrete and masonry.
Brilliant. And obviously lots of events these days are hybrid, so include a virtual element. Is that the same for you guys, or is it 100% on the ground?
So everyone defines hybrid a little bit differently. So for us, we do have virtual components. Over our original event dates in January, we held a virtual forum. So we got everybody together then. We also found from that, we expanded our audience. A lot of those who tuned in and joined us virtually were new to the World of Concrete. So that's been really able to expand our event. And then post-event, we're going to have a virtual element as well. So we're not doing anything simultaneously this summer, but it's definitely part of our overall strategy, not only this year, but moving forward.
Sure. And so how many people are going to be, how many visitors do you have at the moment? Or are you...
We have a super strong showing. So in terms of density, we know it's a smaller event this year just because of summer. And as you can expect, summer is the busy season for our concrete masonry professional. Sure. So it's really hard to step out of the business for a lot of them. So it is a smaller event this year. But in terms of density, we are right on par with our January event. And we're super proud of the strong showing that we have here. Brilliant.
And in terms of some of the differences between this year and previous years, whether that's I've read on the website, it's like digital only badges, virtual only registration, sort of bring to life some of the differences that you've had that delegates or visitors can find this year.
That one is a huge one. The digital badge is a huge one. So talk a little bit about that.
It is, yeah. So this year we went ahead and moved forward with our digital badges. So all of our attendees and our exhibitors, they get with the QR code that's on their phone. And so it's really similar to what you do at an airport or a concert. It also works off of your watch. So we're just getting everybody in digitally as they go in. So, World of Concrete is a super popular event that's really well attended every year. And so traditionally we have queues of people lining up to get in when the show opens. So with our digital badges this year, that's really eliminated that, and people are able to move much more quickly into our exhibit halls and begin to do their business.
Yeah, there's no lines inside at all for registration, and there's people walking around with signage saying, ask me about registration. You do everything on your device if you haven't pre-registered. I think Kevin gave it a really interesting stat. There were 90% of the people downloaded their digital badge and hopefully saved it to their wallet before the event. So
that's right.
Yeah.
And in terms of the sponsors and exhibitors, were they really really wanted to come back to a physical event? Were they excited to do it?
They absolutely were. There's a pin-up demand, and so there's virtual and our digital experiences are absolutely important, but there's just no replacement for that face-to-face interaction. And so that's what we were hearing. We surveyed all of our past attendees and exhibitors in advance of doing this event because we wanted to make sure that if we're going to hold something in an off time of the year from what we normally do, that it's something that benefits the community. And we had 97% who thought that us holding the event would be favorable for the industry. And so we are here, and that sentiment has been echoed time and time again with all of the conversations that I'm having.
So is it all outside or is there an inside element? Tell us about.
Yeah, so we have two outside lots. You'll see one here. It's our Spec Mix Bricklayer competition, and there's several different competitions happening. We have another lot kind of on the other side, and then we're in the north and west halls at the Las Vegas Convention Center, and we were thrilled and proud to be partnered with the Las Vegas Convention Center to help open up the West Hall in this inaugural debut.
And are people traveling from different states, or are they mostly within where you are?
Yeah, so the answer is both. So we do have people coming in from all over the country. We have a smaller international attendance this year, as to be expected, but it is countrywide. And then we do also have a higher concentration of a drive-in audience. Some of that is from what we saw with virtual when we really expanded to new audiences. We're seeing the conversion of that to our live events, but it's both. We're from all over the country.
Fantastic. So what's next? What's the next event after this one?
We'll be for World of Concrete. We'll be back in January, so 6 months, and we'll be here. For Informa Markets within my portfolio specifically, I'll be back next week with the International Surface Event, or TICE.
Fantastic. So thank you.
Yeah.
We started the World of Concrete with the American Society of Concrete Contractors.
Sure.
And then the show progressed over time and has been sold along the way, and here we are today. So we have never missed a World of Concrete, ever.
Brilliant. So bring to life World of Concrete and why it's so important for the industry?
Well, for us, again, it's concrete pumping is a very unique niche business. And most people don't quite understand what a concrete pumper does and what issues they have. And as I always like to say, nobody knows better what you do than those that do it with you.
Yeah.
So when you're here, you're here with your people. You're here with the people that do what you do every day, and they understand what you do and how you do it. Overall, everybody's very positive. Everybody is, I think, is really optimistic, hopeful for next year's show, and great, and also just grateful that we were able to at least have a World of Concrete this year. Get out, see everybody, be able to come out, look at equipment. The manufacturers all seem to be pretty happy with the way things are going. I don't think we had the high expectations that we maybe normally would. So I think really grateful is just a great way to sum it up.
Fantastic. And the way that you've presented yourselves with your exhibition stand, has it been different this time around, or is it pretty much the same in terms of the build and the setup? Have you had to take different measures?
We have a smaller booth, and we don't have a lot of the glitz and glamour that we normally do, but we've got people in the booth.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters.
How big is this booth? This looks like a 20 by 20?
20 by 30.
20 by 30. And it's got carpeting and, not a lot of, you've got signage.
We don't have a lot of we don't have the big TVs and things like that, but we've got great signage and really the people. That's all we really care about to fill our booth.
You also had a meeting here, right? An association.
We've had several meetings. We had an association
here.
meeting this morning that actually we ended up with probably twice as many people as we thought, which was good. The other thing is we held Anybody else that wanted to attend, we held it by Zoom, so they could Zoom in. So, you know, we made it work. And then we had another meeting on Monday, and which also exceeded expectations.
So what other shows do you have on your agenda for the rest of 2021?
Well, we have our own conference coming up. So we'll
live
do that.
in person?
Live in person in San Antonio, Texas. So that'll be the rest for this year, and then just World of Concrete. So we usually do, I mean, World of Concrete is our show.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the big,
this is our show.
The big daddy right here.
This is it.
Yeah, so there's all kinds of construction trucks. There's a lot of equipment here, which is a key point of the show. A lot of, you know, people want to see the products and look at them in action. So we've got this big here. I don't know if you can see that, a big truck there. Actually, there's a lot of big name brands here. As you can see, we've got Ford is right here. This is a Ford commercial booth truck right there. So, you know, some of the shows beforehand that I've been to so far this year have had really mostly small and medium-sized businesses, but there are, you know, big national and international brands here. I'm going to walk over here. There's Steel is over here. Honda is over here.
Which is great.
Boda is over here. So, you know, a lot of, and you can tell on day two, there's, you know, there's plenty of people walking around and working in the booths. As of when the Las Vegas market went off, they were still under 50% restrictions, and they still had mask mandates, and the show floor had to be approved. The plans all had to be approved by the health department. And here they were approved by the health department, like Lauren said, on March 12th.
Sure. But
then as the things changed in terms of the government restrictions, everything was lifted. So recently, and so now they haven't had to have anything approved, and there are absolutely no rules or restrictions or approvals needed. Actually, there are temperature checks, and I can walk over that outside. But when you walk into the building, they are doing temperature screenings. That's one of the things that they surveyed attendees about. What would make them feel comfortable about returning back to live, and that was one of the things was temperature scans. So I was just in a meeting earlier with Kevin Thornton, who's in charge of operations for Informa, and he said that they are planning TICE is next week, and they will have thermal scanning there, and then all of the events that are here. There's 4 events total in June in Las Vegas.
Okay.
So they'll all have thermal screening, but they probably will be going away at most shows because it's not required by the CDC.
I was going to say, so it's not law, it's actually feedback from customers and attendees.
Exactly. Everybody has you get a wristband every day to show, you know, that you've been screened.